Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about piercings. Basically everything I wish I knew before I had gotten my piercings. When I decided to get my piercings done, I did a little vlog which I posted up on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people started asking me tons and tons of questions. I also posted when I got my smiley done. I didn't make a video about that one, but I did post on my Instagram, and like I said, a lot of people started asking me questions about piercings, so I thought I would just put together a video where I spoke about everything I wish I had known about piercings, these specific ones, before I actually got them. So if you are interested in finding out, please keep watching. So if you guys have been following me for a while, well, a year to be exact, you guys would have seen my piercing video where I spontaneously decided that I was going to go get some piercings done, and I landed up getting 4 at one go. So I got the helix, and then I got the inner helix here. I got 3 little diamonds and a stud. I initially wanted a sleeper in this one, which I am still going to change. I just needed to wait for it to heal. Another piercing I have is a smiley. So I have a list of all the things that I'm going to be talking about because your girl trying to be organized or whatever. Number 1, do they hurt? I mean, you're basically wounding yourself. Of course it's going to hurt. I've got quite a high pain threshold, so I managed to deal with the initial piercing pain fine. The girl that did my piercings was quite good, so she got it done quickly. I mean, it hurt. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say like a 7.5, 8. But it was manageable, you know, all in the name of beauty. After I got the piercings done in my ear, I won't lie, I came home and my ear just started throbbing with pain. I'm not sure if it's to do with the fact that I had 4 done at once, but it was quite painful. The helix, this one here at the top, was more sore than these 3 here. The pain with my smiley, that one was, it was like a pinch. Basically like when you get an injection when you're at the dentist, except this one just stung a little bit more. But yeah, it was fine. I literally walked straight out of the store and ate a burger. So it was manageable, it was fine. Question number 2. How long do they take to heal? So I'm gonna talk about my smiley first because I feel like that one was quite quick. Because it's in your mouth generally tends to heal really quickly, any wounds that you get in your mouth. So my smiley took about a month and a half to like heal fully, whereas cartilage piercings take much longer. So of course everybody's different, everybody's body does its own thing at its own time, so I can't say the exact amount of time for everyone, but for me personally, my cartilage piercings took about a year to heal. So I had them done in January last year, and I feel like they are only fully healing now. When I got my piercings done, the people that helped me said that it would take 8 to 12 weeks, which was not the case for me. When it comes down to waiting for your piercings to heal, I would strongly suggest that you listen to your body, make sure that you keep up with your aftercare, and even after you pass the 12-week mark, keep up with your aftercare, make sure that you are always taking care of your piercings. You will reach a point where you can feel that the piercing is not raw anymore. Your piercings will be super sensitive. You won't really be able to touch them and handle them a lot because it'll just be really uncomfortable. And once they have healed, you'll be able to push your piercings around. You'll be able to touch them and sleep on them. You won't go through any discomfort. So that's when you know that your piercings have healed. Question number 3. What is the aftercare like? One thing I am going to fault the piercer on is the recommendations they gave me. So number 1, they said that it would take a certain amount of time to heal, but my piercings took much longer, which I feel with this being their profession, they should understand that not everybody heals at the same pace. And so they should have recommended to me that I keep up with the aftercare for as long as I can until I can feel that my piercings have healed. Another thing that I can fault them on is they suggested that I put Voltaren gel around the piercings. I suppose they recommended that because of the fact that Voltaren has a anti-inflammatory ingredient in the gel, which sort of helped numb the pain a little bit for the first couple of days. But after a while, my boyfriend actually was like, why are you putting this on your ear? Like, why are you rubbing this around your piercings? Is this made for that? So he actually ended up going onto Google and researched, and it says that you should not put Voltaren gel near your piercings. I suppose you could put it on the surrounding area, but not anywhere too close where it could get into the actual piercing. So that's one thing you need to be careful for if they do recommend using Voltaren gel. When it comes to your aftercare, you need to wash your piercing. You need to keep that area clean. You need to keep that area dry, and you need to keep that area as germ-free as possible. So, number one, do not touch your piercings. No matter how tempted you may be, you need to practice self-discipline and do not touch them, okay? Your hands are always gonna be germy, just don't do it. Do not sleep on your ear, okay? And try and keep your hair away from your ear as much as possible until it's healed, because if we're being honest, we don't really wash our hair every single day, and the germs that can get into our hair, you do not really want to get that around your piercing. Number two, wash your piercing. So I shower twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, and I would wash my piercing every time I was in the shower. It is recommended that you use a gentle soap, and I use Dove, and that worked pretty well for me. It doesn't have any strong scents, and it's gentle on your skin. It is made for sensitive skin, but what you can do as well is get baby soap. Number three, when it comes to your aftercare, is to always ensure that you are drying your piercing after you have washed it. Do not use your towel because it has germs from your body. What I would generally do is either use clean paper towel or a cotton bud, and that would help when it came to getting into the back of this part here so that I could make sure that it was dry on the inside. Question number 4. How do you know that your piercing is infected? Okay, so this one is a little bit gross for people that are a bit squeamish, but I gotta let y'all know, okay? When your piercing is still fresh, because it is a wound in your flesh, it is going to be red, it is going to be sensitive, and it is going to be swollen. After a couple of days, that will go down, the swelling will go away, and your ear should be on its way to healing. However, when you get an infection, those symptoms will come back. Your ear will feel very, very, very sensitive. It will be very red, and it will be oozing mucus. I know, nasty. So when you are cleaning around your piercing, and if you notice any clear mucus, that is normal. That is your body's way of protecting the wound from any infection or, any germs getting into the wound. But if the mucus becomes a yellowish or a green sort of color, that means that it is infected. Another thing that could also happen is that you could get bubbles or keloids that form around the piercing, which is kind of scary, but it is treatable with things that you can buy at a pharmacy. After the 12-week mark, I kind of slacked a little bit with my aftercare, and I ended up getting a slight infection. So obviously, with me being concerned, I went in and I saw the lady that pierced me, and she had a look at my ear, and she told me that it was normal, and sometimes the piercings do get pussy, and you do get scar tissue called keloids that form around new piercings. But for some reason, she wasn't too concerned about the fact that I had certain things going on with my piercings, and I was super worried. So she said that I just needed to keep up with the aftercare, which was washing my piercings, using the Voltaren gel, and after a few months, she said it would go away. So with me, being a super overthinker, I was like, hell to the fuck no. I'm not gonna just let this look like this and hope that it's gonna go away soon. So I came home, I went and I did a whole bunch of research, and I found ways to treat my piercings at home, which helped, and they were effective. But that is for the next topic. The aftercare of a smiley piercing. My piercer recommended that I get Andalex mouthwash and the throat spray. So I would spray the Andalex throat spray onto my piercing. I think it was like every 3 hours. And then I would gargle my mouth in the evenings and in the mornings. So basically after I brushed my teeth, I would gargle my mouth with the Andalex mouthwash. And I just did that until it healed. I lasted about, like I said, it took about a month and a half, so it wasn't that serious. But yeah, just make sure to keep a bottle of Andalex mouthwash on hand, and if you ever feel like your piercing is a bit sensitive, gargle with the mouthwash and you'll be fine. So basically it is really, really easy to get an infection if you don't take care of your piercings properly, which is why I will keep recommending that you keep up with your aftercare even after you feel like your piercings have healed. Lastly, question number 5, how do I treat infections? So like I said earlier, I did a whole bunch of research, and the easiest thing for me was to apply tea tree oil. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you will see that when I get pimples, I use tea tree oil to dry them out. So because I know that my skin is okay with tea tree oil, I do not dilute the tea tree oil, and I just apply the tea tree oil straight onto the piercing area after I have showered and dried my ear. Basically what you would do is, after you have washed your piercing thoroughly, you need to make sure that you are drying your piercings thoroughly, and then you would take a clean cotton bud and dilute a little bit of tea tree oil with some warm water and just dab it around the area of your piercing. The tea tree oil will dry out whatever is going on over there. It also has antibacterial qualities, which is why I love tea tree oil so much. It is the easiest thing, and it is the simplest way to keep everything in check. So as soon as I'd feel like my piercing is getting a little bit sore, I would just add some tea tree oil, and a couple days later it's back to normal. After applying tea tree oil for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, the keloids went away, the mucus went away, and my ear was back to normal. Another at-home remedy that you could use is rinsing your piercings with salt water. Boil some water, add a teaspoon of salt, and make sure that you've mixed it and it has all been dissolved, and you let it stand until it is warm enough for you to bear. Then I would put the glass on my ear and just tilt it until the water reached my piercings. Or another way you could do it is mix the solution and then put a paper towel in it and dab it onto your ear and just leave it on there to soak for a bit. It is recommended that you should keep the piercing in the water for about 5 minutes to 10 minutes. For me, it was super long and super tedious. I tried it like 2 or 3 times and I was like, ugh, messing water everywhere, wetting my hair, this is not gonna work. Water running down my neck into my clothes. I was just like, I'd rather use the tea tree oil. This is much simpler, and it was really effective. Lastly, another little hack that I can recommend to you guys. With piercings that go into your ear like this. So when it came to these piercings, my inner helix piercings, the bottom piercing over here actually healed much faster, and it healed I feel like it healed first out of the three. I did battle with these two piercings above it because of the fact that the back of the piercing is enclosed within your ear. So even though I did my best to wash and dry out the piercing completely, it would still remain a little bit moist on the inside. So I ended up just pushing these piercings forward because they are quite long, and I let them dry like that. I would leave it like that the entire night. I just left it like that for a couple of weeks actually, and these two ended up healing much faster. So before getting your piercing done, the most important thing is to make sure that the place you are having your piercing done is legit, they are hygienic, and that they are using the proper equipment. When it comes to cartilage piercings, you do not want to get it pierced with a gun, because a gun will shatter your cartilage, which will, number one, take much longer to heal, and number two, if you do decide to take the piercing out, it will leave a scar because it's damaging your skin. So always make sure that when you are getting a cartilage piercing done, which could be your nose or in your ear, that they are using a needle. Also ensure that they are wearing gloves, that all the tools that they are using are either coming out of a fresh packet or has been disinfected before. Generally, when they are piercing you with the needle, they should use a brand new needle out of a packet, and they should be wearing gloves. And they should be disinfecting the areas that they are working by. So that is it, guys. I hope my video was helpful to you. If you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me, feel free to just pop them down in the comment section below. And good luck with your piercing journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, duh. I'll add all my information right here on the screen. Do the damn thing. Watch the next video as well. Alright. Click on it. Okay. Bye. And eventually, it's also an act. And then another way that you could, it is also an antibacterial.